Alright, welcome to this channel, Everyday Spreadsheets. So today we are going to look at how to input and modify data sets in Microsoft Excel. So you can see the workbook is blank, the sheet is blank right now. There's no data. I have not saved anything, so I actually want you to follow through and understand the process. So we are going to be working with an employee data set. So we want to know the employees in an organization and then have some data, some information about the employees. Remember, we have rows. Data is organized in rows and columns. So if we are going to have employee data, we are going to organize the employee data based on their name, probably their salary, their job description, so we are going to organize their information according to those categories: name, salary, job description. So let's dive in. So on the first cell, we are going to say this is the employee name. On the first column, we are going to have the employee name, or let's just simply say name. Name of the employee. Then we are going to have let's say their job description. Then let's say salary. So these are our three basic columns for now. We are going to expand these columns later on. And then, so what next? We have the name, we have the job description, and we have the salary. So based on what I taught you earlier on in my first video, you can see here on cell B1, we are having issues with the data showing properly. So what can we do? We can either drag the edge of column B to expand the data or the column width, or we can do it automatically by going to format. This is the home tab. We can go to format, then auto fit column width, which will automatically adjust the column width. So we have the name, we have the job description, and we have the salary. So let's say the first person is John, the first employee is John. Okay, so we have our font here as Algerian. Let's proceed. We can change this font. I don't think this font is nice for this. Let's take it to Calibri Light, and then let's reduce the font size from 20 to, let's say, 12. We have to select, we have to highlight first, highlight the cell, then take it to Calibri Light, then reduce the font size from 20 to, let's say, 12 or 14. Okay, 14 is okay, better now. Then this is positioned at the center. It should be on the left hand side. I think it's more visually appealing that way. So what's happening right now is that there was a previous setting that center aligned it. So this is where you would center align, or right align, or left align. So it is currently center aligned. That's why John is appearing at the center. So we can left align it right now. So we've taken John to the left side. Now the job description, we can further actually expand this. So let's say the job description of John is, let's say HR. John is a human resource manager. Then let's say the salary of John is, we're going to use dollars or naira. We're going to format this later on. Let's say the salary of John is 100k, 100k. We are going to format this later on. Then let's add another employee. Let's say Faith. Let's say Faith is in sales. The job description of Faith is sales. Then her salary is 120k. Then let's add one more employee. Let's say Kennedy. So let's say Kennedy, the job description, let's say Kennedy is an engineer. So let's say the job description, let's say the salary of Kennedy is 110k. Now, this is not looking so great. So we have a couple of formatting to do. The first thing you can notice from here is that this is supposed to be the title of the column, like the name, the job description, then the salary. I think it should be bolded. So how do we do that? We highlight the three columns. Then this is B, bold. So they've been bolded. Then we can change the font size as well for them to be more obvious. So we can take the font size to like 14. So we have the name, the job description, and then the salary. Then we can left align these figures, or we can change them to numbers, or we can change them to currency. So this is currency. This currency is in naira. So we can change them. You can see these numbers are now encoded in hash because the space is not enough. So we can actually use this format to auto-fit column width, or do it manually by dragging the edge of column C. Let's use this to auto-fit column width. You can see it's now visible. So we have the salary of John. Then let's further drag this to just create more space. You can always do it manually. This is John's salary. Let me left align this. You can left align like this. So you have the salary. You can also total if you want to sum. But you can highlight three of them and go to this sum function right here. This is the sum function. You can see we have the total at 330,000 naira. Then we can bold the total amount. So what else can we do? We can delete. We can also add extra column to this data, so we can modify this data. So let's say we also care about their years of experience. So we can add their years of experience in between column B and column C. So we can click on column C, then right click and go to insert. So you insert, then a new column will automatically be created in between column C, the previous column C and column B. So basically what happens is whichever column you click on, a new column will be created. For example, if you click on column D, a new column D will be created, and then the previous column will shift right. So if we click on column D right now, the data currently on column D will shift to column E, while a new column will be created on column D. Let's do it. Insert. You can see the salary column has moved to column E, while a new one has been created on column D. So we don't need this column D right now. We don't have any need for it. So you can also click on column D if you want to delete, then right click and then click delete. So this is how to modify. So now this column C, let's add their average years, let's add their years of experience. So let's say years of experience, Now we are going to expand this column. I like expanding it manually anyway. Drag the edge of column C, then it has been expanded. So let's say years of experience. John has 4 years of experience. Faith has 6 years of experience. She has a bigger salary. Then let's say Kennedy has 3 years of experience. Now we can find together we have a total years of experience of about 13 years, but we can find the average years of experience. So let's say in this organization we care to know the average years of experience of our employees. So how can we do that? We can actually use formulas. So this is me introducing you to formulas right now. We can use the average formula. So to use the average formula, actually to start any formula, you click on the cell. Let's go back and do it again. So you click on the cell where you want to input the formula, then the equal to sign, then we have the average formula. You can type in the average, then it will pop up. You have the average formula. You can see average has popped up, which is the second function here, the average function. So you click on the average function, double click, then you can now put in the numbers. You can now drag in the numbers, the average, then drag in these numbers, these 3 numbers, then hit enter. So once you hit enter, you can see the average years of experience is just about 4 years and 3 months or thereabout. So then we can reduce this. Let's bolding this first, then we can reduce the decimal places. You can see by reducing the decimal places, this is the place to click to reduce the decimal places. You can decrease decimal place, you can also increase decimal place here. So let's reduce the decimal places to, let's say, just 1. So this is the average years of experience of our employees. Now this is all looking good, but we didn't title this data set. So in order to do that, and you can see it seems like there's no space. How do we now go about titling this, giving a title to this data set? What we can actually do, we can modify and create space above these columns. So we can click on the first row where we want to put the title, where we want to type in the title. We can create this first row. We can click on this first row and right click and then insert a space there. You can see a space has been inserted there, and then what I'm going to do, we type in the title. So employee data set, employee data sets, hit enter. So this is our title, but our title is looking small, so we can format this title. First of all, we can bolden the title, we can increase the font size, let's say to 16 or 18. We can increase the title, but it's still not looking good, and it's more like floating into column B, although of course not into column B, but then It's not looking good for a title. It's not well positioned, so we can actually modify this and make it look better. So how do we do this? We can drag and align it to the center by doing what we call merge, by using a function called merge and center. To do that, first of all, we highlight the area we want to align it to. So we highlight the, from column A, we highlight between column A to the last column, column D. Then we are going to merge this title and center align it. So this is the merge and center function. We hit on the merge and center function. You can see we've been able to merge these columns now. We've been able to merge column A, column B, column C, and column D to become one cell, or to become one column. So I think it's looking better now. We can even add more color to this. We can change the background color. So we can say, okay, we have yellow currently. Let's leave it as yellow or green or blue. Let's leave it at light blue. So this is looking good. Then we can further add borders to it to make it look beautiful. You can see the all border function, the all border here. Click on the all borders, and then this looks a bit more beautiful. So what else can we do? These decimal places here, I don't think we need these decimal places, and I also need to left align this total figure here. So this is the place we can left align. Then let me remove these decimal places. I will highlight all of them. Then you can remove, you can see decrease decimal. We want to decrease it twice. We want to decrease the whole decimal place, so we click on it twice. The first one has been removed. Then we'll remove the last decimal place. So we can see it's looking better here right now. So this is all for today. We have the employee data sets. We have been able to input data. We have been able to format. We have been able to modify data. And we don't even need some of this data. We can delete as well. If you want to delete, you can say, okay, if we don't need this, let me add. I don't think there's anything we want to delete here. Let me just add one more data, and then that we think that we don't need. Let's say we are adding a level, current level. Let's say we are adding current level. Then let's say level 1, level 2, level 3, and we can say, oh, you know what, we don't need this level, so let's delete. Actually, if I want to extend these borders, I can do that. I can actually extend these borders by just clicking on this and going to all borders, and then I can also extend this title here by first of all clicking on the color, fill color, then clicking on the merge and center again, which takes it, so you can see all of them are now merged together. Then we can increase the width by dragging. So let's say after doing all this, we feel that we don't need this current level, so let's delete it. You click on the column, want to delete this entire column, and then right click, then click delete. and then the data will automatically go back to how it was before now. So so thank you. This is all for this video. We'll see in another video. Thank you.